So hi, welcome to this episode of History Hunters. This is probably going to be the weirdest video that you've ever seen me put out. And one of the things that had been floating around in the back of my silly mind is doing some voices for you. Growing up as a kid, I used to try to impersonate people on TV, mostly politicians. And my mother always tried to encourage me to go into show business. You know, I didn't have that kind of confidence, nor do I think I have that kind of talent. But honestly, I mean, everybody does their own voices, right? I think it takes a special kind of talent to do voices, but I think everybody does them. People like Rich Little have made a whole career on it, even though today he has the Las Vegas show, and I've seen him on TV, and I don't think he's as good as he used to be. The voices change as you get older. But where I'm coming with this is I thought I would entertain you with my voices that I've kind of done over the years. I'm not going to put my face on because I can't keep a straight face, and I probably look really silly doing them. So what I'm going to do is try to do the voice. I'll put the celebrity's picture on and let your imagination go wild. But yeah, let's see if this is going to be fun for you. It's going to be short, though. Franklin Roosevelt. Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by the naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. So sometimes I do impersonations in the car and they turn out better because I can just belt them out in the car. So this is my best John F. Kennedy inaugural speech impersonation.
Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike. The torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans born in this century, tempered by war, disciplined by hard and bitter peace, and unwilling to admit the slow undoing of those rights which our forebears prescribed. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
And then you may remember the time that Lyndon Johnson announced he would not be seeking another term as president in 1968. I shall not seek, nor will I accept, a nomination of my party for another term as your president. Richard Nixon was embroiled in scandals throughout his political career, especially when Watergate came around and he gave a famous speech down in Florida. It said, I welcome an investigation because the American people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. My name is Jimmy Carter, and I'm running for president. I'll never lie to you, but honestly, I'll have one of the worst presidencies in American history, if that's okay with you. How about Ronald Reagan? Well, Nancy and I would like to tell you Democrats to forget about this horrible idea of taxing me based on the number of candles on my birthday cake or wrinkles on my face. Well, I'll have to veto such a harebrained idea. George H.W. Bush had a very distinctive sound to his voice. After I give my 1,000 points of light speech, Barb tried to feed me broccoli. I don't know why she did it, because she knows I hate broccoli. You can't make me eat it. No, sirree. I even told W that. W don't eat broccoli either, but he does drink a little bit. How about Bill Clinton, one of our favorite presidents? Now listen to me. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I got to get back to the important things of the American people. And I also got to listen to Hillary ripping me a new one. Oh, wait. How about a little of George W. Bush? The bad thing about living on my ranch down in Texas, don't mess with Texas, by the way, is all these gophers digging holes in the ground. But honestly, I've had some experience rooting terrorists from holes in the Afghani desert with some amazing strategery. This is Barack Obama. We are the change we seek. And to that young mother with a baby in the front row, whoa, I think you better be the change for that baby's diaper. Walter Cronkite was a favorite of mine watching the CBS Evening News. Good afternoon, this is Walter Cronkite. A man stepped on the moon today for the first time, and he yelled out for his mama. Actually, I'm kidding. He said, that's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. And that's the way it is. Morgan Freeman, which is best done in the morning. My voice is rough. Learning how to be still. To really be still and let life happen. that stillness becomes a radiance that you will never forget. This is my impersonation of Liam Neeson. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. But I will find you. And I will kill you. Okay, now I'm going to do my best impersonation of Christopher Walken, and a lot of people can do him, so hopefully this turns out good.
You know, I get rather tired of people trying to do my voice because it's really annoying. It's really wild the way people try to imitate me all the time. How would you like it if people walked up to you on the street and started doing your own voice? I sometimes get confused about who I am. It's really freaking me out.
How about Forrest Gump?
Those look like comfortable shoes. You can tell a lot about a person by their shoes. Where they go, where they've been. I remember my first pair of shoes, they could take me anywhere.
How about the character of Hank Hill on King of the Hill?
Hey, Peggy, before I go out in the hot Texas sun to barbecue in this tremendous heat, get me a cold brew out of the fridge. And Bobby, make me a sandwich for me.
Homer, if you're looking for a sexier-sounding woman, I'm not your gal.
W.C. Fields.
Ah, yes, my little chickadee. Go fetch me another bottle. My nose isn't red enough. Ah, yes.
How about Peter Lorre, the actor?
Peter Lorre's a strange individual. Igor, go and give me what I crave. I crave a better voice.
Humphrey Bogart.
Listen, sweetheart, I got a lot of movies to make. I make a lot of money, so don't get in my way, or I'll split your lip.
I think just about everybody can do John Wayne. Look, Pilgrim, it ain't hard, but if you fail, cowboy, you just might end up pushing daisies out on the prairies somewhere.
How about Dan Blocker, who played Hoss Cartwright in Bonanza?
Dead burn it, Paul. Little Joe stole my girl before the producers could kill her off. I wish you'd tanned his hide.
That was really bad. How about Edith Bunker on All in the Family?
Oh, Archie, I didn't mean to burn your Christmas dinner. I'm so sorry.
One of the films that I've always enjoyed was on Golden Pond, and Henry Fonda and Katharine Hepburn starred in that one, and she's got a very distinctive voice. Boa, boa, boa. Norman Thayer, your fascination with death is starting to frazzle my good humor. Now go out and pick some strawberries.
My name's Mickey Mouse. If you think Disneyland is the happiest place on earth, I invite you to come at closing time and watch all the screaming kids going down Main Street.
Hey, Fred. Hey, you want to go bowling? This is Kermit the Frog here. Miss Piggy's about to take a swim across the lake. Hopefully she won't sink or turn into bacon.
I can probably try Pee-wee Herman.
What do you mean I'm stupid? I know you are, but what am I? Do you love me? Why don't you marry me?
And so God made a farmer. He needed someone to tend the plow. And that's the rest of the story. Good day.
So one of my favorite people to watch on TV is Keith Morrison on Dateline. I enjoy his presentation and his voice. So let me take a stab at him. How horrified those wealthy folks would have been had they known the deadly secret Officer Wilson was about to expose on the wrong end of America Street. From the family vault, I'm going to pull out a video that I shot. It's going to show you my quirky sense of humor. When my grandson Connor was born, he was born 12 years ago, and I used this little guy. I still have him. It's Ronald Reagan. And then when his brother was born, many, many years later, just recently, I did try to do the same funny thing with Ronald Reagan. And it just shows my weird sense of humor.
Well, my name's Ronald Reagan. Well, if you vote for Obama, he'll raise your taxes. Does that scare you? Well, it should. The national debt is climbing out of control. Well, what do you think about that? Huh? What do you think about that? What are you, a Democrat or Republican? I don't know about you. You young voters are really scaring the bejesus out of me. My name's Ronald Reagan, and I'm signing off. Or is that back to the grave? While you're still snorting in your pants, let me introduce myself. I'm Ronald Reagan, and I'm here to introduce you to the world of politics. You don't have the stomach for this, do you? Well, I think I smell Mookie in his pants. In Washington, we learned how to deal with a lot of manure. Yes, well, I'm Ronald Reagan, and this is Carter. Wait, Carter? Oh, I don't like that name. Jimmy Carter.
So that's it. I hope that I didn't offend anybody, and I certainly want you to know that History Hunters is going to go on. I'm not going to go on tour, just like Rich Little in Las Vegas, much to your surprise. Let me know what you thought. Thanks.